Welcome everyone to the beautiful Glen Affric here in the kind of central highlands of Scotland. I was not too far away from here for a meeting. Phenomenal landscape photographer, Margaret Soraya, and I had a day free. I thought, you know what, let's get some time in Glen Affric and head over this way. So it's only about a 30-minute drive, and it's now just a little bit after 12 o'clock. The weather is holding up. Lovely blue sky with cloud above me, but there is a lot of rain due in this afternoon, so waterproofs are all in the bag. The plan is to head up to, I can never pronounce it properly, Sgurr Lapaich. I'll put it underneath. As always, I should really research these names before or the pronunciation of these names before I go. It's 1,038 meters. It has potential of this amazing viewpoint looking down Glen Affric and across the other mountains, but it's just nice to be out in the hills and hiking. We have a lovely walk on a pretty good track into Glen Affric Lodge. I'm going to veer off right up into the hills. So plot my path, maps, phone, extra battery, pretty well equipped for the next few hours. So we're at the bend of the path right now, and it carries on going up behind me and then round this little bend hill here. But where I want to go is kind of just way up. Where are we? There. And from what I can see from the map, there is no official path, but there is rocks and bits and a little bit of crossing here that will take you up and through here. So that's kind of where I'm going to be heading next. Well, I made it to the top. Woo! What a climb that was. That was grueling. The path is just coming in and out. My legs are killing me now, but this view is insane. I don't even know if you can hear me on this. Got the rain coming down in through Glen Affric. It's gonna hit us just now, so a wee little shower. And these mountains and everything, and the lights coming through, and it's just sensory overload. I normally like to try and get like 10 minutes just looking at the view before I even set the camera up, but I had to rush to set it up and to get a shot, and clouds are starting to come in at lower level, so we'll see if that's going to hit this way in a little bit, but I don't plan on staying up here for too long anyway. I've got a couple of shots in the bag, so I'm going to head back behind the cairn, grab some food, grab some water, because I'm starving. This view right now, just looking all way over here, is just incredible, and then over this cairn on the other side, it's stunning. It's such a great viewpoint, and what's really good about this is there's quite a few spots that would be really good for camping on the top here, and also just down the sides, depending on the weather. So for next time, I think I'd like to come up here and get a shot. I am slowly attempting to climb more and more Munros, and I actually read that just before I started hiking up, that this one here, even though it's at 1,038 meters, is no longer classed as a Munro, and the next one, which is just over the back, is probably another hour's walk or something up there, and I don't have the time for that today, and I don't have the energy, to be honest, as well. Something really nice about just being up here and watching the land and seeing how everything is. I had a meeting, as I said before, with Margaret Soraya, and we were talking a lot about, you know, the mindfulness of photography and you know, everything except for the gear and the settings. There's a few photographers out there just now who are really talking about not even so much the composition, but just, you know, your mood and how all that sort of thing affects your photography, and it was a fascinating conversation, and we had something similar on our podcast, the Photographers Craic podcast, with phenomenal photographer David Dushman, and we talked a lot about, you know, imposter syndrome and, you know, everything other than gear and settings, and just taking a picture because that's how you feel, and you know, building that composition on and editing and lighting all based on your emotions, which I think a lot of photographers don't do. And it's something to really think about, you know, when you come into a location, just to sit down, take it all in, think about how you're going to photograph it, think about your mood. You know, photography is such a great stress relief and really good for the soul and for mindfulness, and I think a lot of people forget that. A lot of people forget that it is an art form, and it's a way of, and it's an expression, and to express yourself, not to copy someone else, but to express yourself, and I think that's something that's lost a lot with photographers. Right, let's go and see what this is doing. The sun's really bright and quite high up. It is 3:30 in the afternoon just now, so the sun is still quite high up. I'm going to try and get a few kind of compositions just for, you know, next time coming up, and see if I can get something interesting. So I've dropped down a little bit from where the cairn is at the top, and I'm kind of looking over to this ridge, come over here to this next Munro, put the name of the Munro down here, and the sun is right above me right here, and it's gone behind these thick clouds. It was breaking a little bit, but it really wasn't giving any light whatsoever, but it is still a great location. But I think I should have been here a lot earlier, and it's somewhere I'd like to come back for first light. I think it would be incredible. Pretty mean black clouds starting to come over the hill now. That light's just popping out. It's just in the foreground, just in front of me here, but nothing on those mountains behind over there, right over, which sucks. I really wish I had time to head up that ridge just there up to the top. That would be incredible. So that's it, packed up. Gonna head back down now. I'm hoping that this light's gonna break a little bit through the clouds as I make my way back down. Sun will be behind me, so it'll be shooting down into the valley of Glen Affric. Hopefully, maybe get a wee shot on the way back down. So I'm now back onto the main path that's going to take me down to Glen Affric Lodge. After leaving the top, I got just, I'm really happy with it actually. The light just burst out for a little bit, and we got this really nice shot of this light coming down into the valley. So I stopped I think about 2-3 times on the way down to get a shot of that. So until I know to get into the computer if it's good or not. So head back down. I think it'll take me probably about another half an hour to get back to the car, and then I've got a nice 3-hour drive home, which I'm going to stop and get something fine to eat. I think I deserve it today.